The rap game is faker than the WWE. These words featured by Soulja Boy didn't sit right with Randy Orton, and so a war of words broke out between the Viper and Young Drago. What happened between Randy and Soulja is something we wrestling fans go through many times in our lives, whether online or in real life. Fans of other real sports feeling the need to emphasize the fact that WWE and wrestling in general is fake. I'll just clear a few things up for any real sports fans watching this. Firstly, us wrestling fans are very aware that wrestling is not an actual sport. It isn't a proper sport because the outcomes are predetermined by a team of writers and producers. Wins and losses don't matter in wrestling, despite what Cody and AEW think. Secondly, wrestling is scripted, just like Game of Thrones is scripted or the Avengers movies are scripted. This means when watching these types of media, we suspend our disbelief. When we see a big purple alien on our screens, we know he isn't really there. But in order to enjoy the movie and feel immersed in it, we look past the fact that Thanos is actually computer generated. The difference in wrestling is that it's more like theater because fans pay to sit in arenas and watch the written stuff, aka the storylines, played out in the form of wrestling and promos in the ring, which would be the stage. The uniqueness in wrestling is that fans can participate with what's happening in the ring and we can actually influence the action in the ring as well. Now, the hot topic is usually the physicality in wrestling compared to other combat sports like MMA or boxing. Wrestlers' bodies go through hell every week. The misconception is that the action in the ring is well rehearsed. This isn't always the case, and so the wrestlers do everything to protect each other from physical harm. The latter is true, but to an extent, because kicks hurt, body slams hurt, submissions hurt, chairs hurt, tables hurt, ladders hurt. Basically, what I'm trying to say is wrestling hurts. Hitting the mat each and every week causes much more wear and tear on the body as compared to taking a few punches and kicks to the head once or twice a year. Now that I've got that out the way, let me get back to the purpose of this video. This incident between Soulja and Randy made me think about the history and the relationship between wrestling and hip-hop, how the two influence each other and actually mirror each other in many ways. I'll be exploring the similarities between the two and why they're actually not so different even though they're two totally different mediums of entertainment. I have to start this video off right with the nature boy himself, Ric Flair. I can't speak about the relationship between rap and wrestling without mentioning one of rap's biggest influences from the wrestling world. It's well documented that Rick has been credited for influencing the culture of extravagance and over-the-top spending in rap. Some have claimed that he was the pioneer of flexing in general. Many cite his old promos from the 80s as proof of this. If you haven't seen them, look them up, you won't regret it, I promise. Flexing in rap has become an important part of the culture for rappers because coming from nothing and making something of yourself is the ultimate achievement. And so they feel it's worth showing the world that they overcame adversity by splurging on luxury goods and flaunting them every chance they get. In the 90s, rap was all about being real, rapping about one's struggles and the grim realities of being black in America. The most popular rappers were those who had street cred and were able to paint a picture of their troubled lives for us through their words. And then there was MC Hammer, who was different in that he had a gimmick that was very marketable. Since Hammer, in today's rap game, many rappers use gimmicks to gain popularity or clout. Rappers today tend to play characters, and this is no different than what we see in the WWE. Despite what Tekashi 69 claimed in his music or what he portrayed in his videos, we found out he wasn't really connected with gang culture as much as he wanted us to believe he was. The Undertaker is the most legendary gimmick not only in the history of WWE, but the whole of wrestling. But under the hat, the makeup, and the black trench coat is Mark Calloway. And Mark is not a zombie that rose from the dead, signed a wrestling contract to murder other wrestlers and bury them forever. The good versus evil or good guy bad guy trope is important to wrestling. As many wrestling fans know today, good guys are called baby faces and bad guys are known as heels. Once a wrestler is labeled as either face or heel, it's not something that's set for life, unless you're John Cena. The wrestler could turn to either side, but usually faces tend to turn heel more than heels turn face, if you get what I'm saying. The objective of being a heel is getting people to hate you and boo you out the building whenever you show your face. Rap has many heels and baby faces. Rappers like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, and Chance the Rapper can be considered baby faces. They do their best to stay out of trouble and use their music to speak to the injustices that Black Americans face, and people love their music for its positivity and the happiness it brings. On the other hand, rappers like Tekashi and 50 Cent can be considered heels. They are brash, arrogant, believe the world revolves around them, and have no regard for anyone but themselves. They're not afraid to say what's on their mind and get on people's nerves, and the reactions they receive from social media just feed their heelish behavior. They don't mind the hate, it's like fuel to them. If you need any more proof of the parallels between rap and wrestling, a rap gimmick literally saved John Cena's career. The Doctor of Thugonomics is seen by wrestling fans as Cena's best character in the WWE. They might hate PG Cena, but they respect the Doctor. Cena went as far as releasing a whole rap album, and the amazing thing about his music is it's actually good, and Cena can really spit bars. The man's talented. I could quote so many lines from lots of rap songs where rappers have referenced or mentioned wrestlers, but I won't, because I think this video makes it clear that no matter how different they might seem, rap and wrestling will forever be intertwined one way or another. This is Ring Banter. I'm Cat the African Mark. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I was supposed to make a video about how Cena went Hollywood a long time ago, but the idea for this video came to mind and I had to do it. What do you think about the relationship between wrestling and rap? Please don't be shy to subscribe. It's important that you do, and leave a like while you're here. Join the Banter Nation. As always, peace.